Here's a real piece of Gadget history for you. This is the Osborne 1. It was launched in 1981 and was the world's first commercially available portable computer. It had 2 floppy drives, a tiny 5-inch screen, 64K of RAM, and 2 91K hard drives. Not very impressive by today's standards, but even though the term wasn't even invented back then, this was the original laptop.
25 years later, and things have moved on a lot. After years of being the expensive but inferior alternative to desktop PCs, laptops are now just as good value and just as powerful, but with the added attraction of being neat, compact, and of course, portable. In fact, the last few months of 2005 finally saw sales of laptops overtake those of their bulky, desk-bound relatives.
Personally, I couldn't live without my laptop. It means I can stay connected pretty much anywhere. And with the growing profusion of Wi-Fi hotspots
that are popping up everywhere
and getting faster all the time, these sleek, sexy, go-anywhere machines are most definitely the future. No, I wasn't talking to you.
And they're even taking on the desktop at its own game, chosen more and more as a neater, space-saving home computer alternative to a whopping great PC tower and miles of cables. The problem is, of course, with laptops now so hugely popular, all the big boys of the computer world want to cash in. And there's a dizzying array to choose from, with a dizzying array of specs at a dizzying array of prices.
But fear not, because you have a friend who knows his stuff. It's me.
So, sit back and relax. But also, sit up and pay attention as I give you the Gadget Show Laptop Buyer's Guide.
Laptops fall into 3 basic categories based on size: the babies, the big boys, and the in-betweens.
First up are the babies, neat little packages with screens under 12 inches. There's no questioning the fact that this Toshiba Libretto is a beautiful creation. It's almost small enough to slip in a pocket. It weighs less than a kilogram, and yet it's packing a reasonable punch in terms of processing power and memory.
The problem with computers this small is that they're this small. That keyboard really is too tiny to type on properly, and that screen, during prolonged use, I think would become hard on the eyes. What you need is something bigger.
Don't get carried away though and go for one of the big boys. This beast of a machine is the Rock Extreme 64. It's actually designed as a gaming computer you can move around, and it's the first laptop in the world to have dual processors. This is one very fast machine.
But it's a pretty heavy machine, weighing in at just under 6 kilograms. That's the equivalent of carrying 4 bags of flour around with you. There's no doubt it'll get some looks at gaming parties, but it's hardly practical for everyday use.
In fact, I reckon anything over 15 inches is excessive for a laptop and will prove tricky to carry around. By the same token, anything under 12 inches will have you squinting if you use it a lot.
Luckily, there are a whole raft of laptops in that middleweight category. And unlike a few years ago when you had to pay through the nose for these things, there are now some pretty impressive machines for just a few £100.
Make sure you check out the specs though. Some machines are cheap simply because they're rubbish. But for under £1,000, you should find plenty that includes all of these features.
No heavier than 3 kilograms. A battery life of 3+ hours, 5+ hours if you can find it. When it comes to RAM, we recommend a minimum of 512 megabytes. A gigabyte, though, is better. Your hard drive, at least 60 gigabytes. Your processor, a minimum of 1.5 gigahertz or 1.7 gigahertz should be achievable within a budget. When it comes to graphics, for normal use, a 32 megabyte graphics card should see you okay. But 64 megabytes and upwards is better if you intend to play games. Most laptops now come with integrated Wi-Fi. It might be something you need to ask about. At least 2 USB slots. And finally, a DVD writer.
Stick to those sort of specs and you'll have a perfectly capable machine, even if style is important to you. Surround sound. Can a £300 system sound as good as one costing 100 times as much? And John...
And before I knew it, we were up, and away.
Woohoo!